and he do it impressively.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Milan, Italy. We are live on DAZN, and it's now time for the main event of the evening. Set to make his ring walk, please welcome from Klein-Bittersdorf, Saarland, Germany, Jurgen, the Doberman Doberstein. And now, set to make his ring walk, fighting out of Rozzano, Lombardia, Italia. Here is Daniele Tintoretto Scardina.
Well, this is the star of Italian boxing, the man who people here say is the rising tide that can lift all boats. We've seen so much talent on the undercard, but this man is the flag bearer. This man is so important to Italian boxing on a wider scale.
Signore e signore, buonasera e benvenuti a Milano, Lombardia, Italia, per l'evento principale della serata. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Milan, Italy. We are live on DAZN, and it's now time for the main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the vacant WBO Intercontinental Super Middleweight Championship. It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing and Kerkis OPI since '82. Was sponsored by Leone, Auto Market Pro, Grano Salis, and JD Sports. This bout is sanctioned under the auspices of the World Boxing Organization. The president, Francisco Paco Arcarcel, the supervisor in attendance, Marion Palatine. Introducing your 3 judges scoring this contest from ringside. From Italy, Matteo Montella. From France, Stefan Nicolo. And also from Italy, Giulio Piras. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring from Spain, referee Manuel Oliver Paloma. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the 4 corners of the world, to the 4 corners of this ring right here in Milan, Italy. This is it. The time has come. The fight starts now! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the orange with black trim. He scaled 75.75 kilos. His professional record, 26 victories, 4 defeats, 1 draw, and 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Klein-Bittersdorf, Saarland, Germany, here is the former WBA Intercontinental Super Middleweight Champion, Jurgen, the Doberman Doberstein. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears the white trunks with the black lettering. He scaled 76 kilos, bang on. His professional record, absolutely perfect. In 19 fights, he's tallied 19 victories, 15 of his 19 wins coming by way of knockout. He trains out of Miami, Florida, but he hails from Rozzano, Lombardia, Italia. Here is the undefeated European super middleweight challenger champion, Daniele Tintoretto Scardina.
Scardina. Hey. The question. Okay, salud. Big go.
Take your time.
Well, we've seen such terrific action on the undercard here in Milan this evening, but now it's time for the main man of Italian boxing in the main event against Jurgen Doberstein, who has a habit of boxing off the back foot, can make it very difficult for opponents. Scardina is the latest to have to work out the puzzle.
Yeah, Doberstein in his previous contest does like to navigate himself around the ring, left and right, on the back foot, trying to look for pot shots, little counters. So Scardina's going to have to remain patient, target the body with that jab, try and slow Doberstein down, try and pin him on the ropes in the corner, then get to work.
Good work from Doberstein, leading off with the right hand for the first time in the round and surprising Scardina. Scardina forced to chase his man around the ring, needs to cut off the ring space in an educated fashion. As Darren said, try to aim at the body.
When you've got an opponent that's very elusive like Doberstein is, it's the straight shots to the body. You tend to see fighters when they circle the ring, they like to lean back to avoid shots. So that body stayed exactly where it is. So expect Scardina to work the body with the straight shots. Rough tactics inside from Scardina, trying to rough up Doberstein when he gets the opportunity.
And as well as the jab to the body, Scardina there firing it into the upper torso area of Doberstein. That's another tactic, the kind of tactic that Oscar de la Hoya used against Floyd Mayweather in their contest in Vegas in 2007 under the urging of Freddie Roach. And again, Scardina on the inside, just trying to make it ugly, and a smirk, almost a contemptuous smile from Doberstein.
An awful lot of movement. Very difficult for Doberstein to keep this up if it was to go down a stretch. Like I say, Scardina has to remain patient, try and cut that ring, pin Doberstein into the corner, then get to work. Doesn't want to be falling short with anything, because he will get countered. Some good stuff with a backhand from Doberstein there, landing two good right hands.
Well, the word was that Doberstein had all the tools to make it difficult for Scardina, and certainly across the first 3 minutes he's done exactly that.
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah, it was a good sharp, lively round from Doberstein there, doing exactly what he does, moving, trying to frustrate his opponent, making them fall short and leading off with both hands.
Touch him right here. Okay, Suju. And then when you go Orsu, Gancho, Destro. Those two punches. Okay, relax. You win the round. You win the round. Yeah. Win another round, okay? But when you're in close, you got to punch. You can't let him hold you.
He held me so bad.
Punch first.
Okay.
Punch first. Punch first. Stay relaxed and punch first. Punch before you get too close.
Second down. Scardina twice asking for more water in the corner there, and I noticed when he stepped off the scales yesterday at the weigh-in here in Milan that he was mightily relieved to have made the weight, possibly struggling to squeeze into the super middleweight poundage at this stage of his career. 19 fights in at the age of 29. He has won 15 of those inside the distance and being implored by his corner to start his attacks to the body.
Does look big, Mike. Solid fighter, big arms, big shoulders, so I can understand if he had been struggling on the weight. Good work there from Doberstein, mixing up head and body, and a lovely long left around the side of Scardina, and this is where Scardina needs to try and cut that ring down. Just in the previous fights I've seen with Scardina, I've just been a little bit unsure of his hand speed or the lack of it. He pushes the shots out at times instead of poking them out, snapping them out. Moving through the gear to have to do it. That's good work from Scardina.
And that draws a reaction from the crowd, and can the crowd spur Scardina here to a winning performance? He needs it. Italian boxing needs it as well. He showed against Cesar Nunes last time out that he has a tendency to walk forward in a straight line, not much head movement, uses the gloves to guard against the incoming shots. But Doberstein has found him an easy target to hit at times, although some of the work of Doberstein is landing on the gloves. Good left hook to the body from Scardina, but Doberstein is fighting back here. And those who said closest to him that there was a performance they've been waiting years for, is this the night that he produces it?
Well, if he can remain disciplined, Mike, and keep moving, keep frustrating Scardina, he's got very good opportunity, because Scardina already loading up, getting frustrated, and he doesn't need to. It's still early days. Does he need to cut that ring down with a good right hook from Scardina? Starting to find the right hand, the range with the right hand now.
That might have been the best punch of the contest so far for Scardina as we move towards the final 40 seconds of the second round of a scheduled 10. And Scardina is trying to draw Doberstein into his kind of fight. Doberstein has the style to turn it his way, but can Scardina impose his authority and his style on the contest?
Opting to hold his feet now, Doberstein. Good work.
Well, you fancy this is where Scardina will have the advantage, but Doberstein is landing slowly as well. But there's a weary look on the face of Doberstein as he backs off onto the ropes, and Scardina continues to work away, including one after the bell. The German's corner furious with that shot from Scardina allowed by the referee after the sound of the bell at the end of the second round.
Yeah, he did just apologise, Mike. Just looked across to Doberstein from the corner and just waved and nodded and mouthed the word sorry a couple of times. I don't think there was anything in it. It was in the motion of throwing it as the bell rang. But, well, strange that Doberstein opted to hold his feet towards the end of that round, and for the first 25-30 seconds Scardina couldn't really take advantage. He held and clinched when he really needed to be working, but as the round wore on, started to have success chipping away at the body, and that was the right hand at the end of the round.
Well, a good start by Doberstein in the first round, but slowed in his chances in the second round by Daniele Scardina. Such a huge attraction in Italian boxing, was involved in Dancing with the Stars, the version of that celebrity competition here in Italy around a year ago, but had to pull out when he tested positive for COVID-19, and again he lands another one of those right hands. Some boxers we've seen with lasting effects after contracting COVID-19, but Scardina here looks to be getting stronger. Good jab from Doberstein on the back foot, but a much more solid effort from Scardina. And now works away on the ropes. Good shot to the body from Scardina, and then whips in a right hook to the chin on the inside, finding room.
When Doberstein forces himself onto Scardina, it really does take an awful lot out of him. And in the break, in the corner there, he was breathing really heavy. So like I say, Scardina just has to remain patient, close that gap and look for the shots. Doesn't need to be doing anything silly like that, getting frustrated and trying to load up with the backhand. Worked the jab to the body really well in the first round. I'd call for him to do some more of that to try to set up the backhand to the head.
Scardina just telegraphing that right hand, and Doberstein was able to avoid that, but the German isn't always having made Scardina miss making pay. Now he's finding confidence. That left hook to the body was a solid shot from Doberstein.
Beautiful
Maybe
shot.
there is still plenty left in the German yet, with more than a minute to go in the third round.
Good short right uppercut, nothing wrong with that. This is where Scardina needs to close that gap. When he gets his man near the corner, needs to put his foot on the gas, close that gap and let his shots go. Good jab.
Take the opportunities when they present themselves against a mover like Doberstein. Jab again to the torso area, up close to the neck, just stopping Doberstein in his tracks. That's the area of the body, as Darren was saying, is so much harder to move. Oh, flipping right hand from Scardina, and Doberstein now has to hold on. Left hook, right hand over the top. Scardina now with just under half a minute to try and close out the show, but Doberstein responds. Scardina's putting a lot into these attacks here if Doberstein can hang on in the corner. Good jab again from Scardina, and then that left hook to the body was a solid shot. Then a jab. Scardina's picking his shots well here as the bell sounds at the end of the round. And that's a tired-looking Doberstein going back to his corner.
Yeah, feeling the pace now, and Scardina working well, closing the gap. I was just about to point out, Doberstein's doing an awful lot of movement, but he's moving always to his left. He's open, and he's a sucker to the right hand, and that's the shot that Scardina found.
Yeah, exactly, and he has been kind of peeling off to the left-hand side, where you see that shot comes in, he just pulls his head back, turns his chin to the right, and that sees the shot either glide past or takes the sting out of it. Problem is, as you start to get fatigued and you lose your shape, if you don't do that, you take a clean right hand, you walk straight into the path of it, and you see what happens right there, and that rocked him, sent him back onto his heels, and he's starting to really feel the pace and the force of the punches now.
Yeah, he's breathing really heavy in the corner. He was lucky he was able to sort of lean out of that shot and take the sting out of it, because if that would have landed cleanly with the knockout and the power that Scardina carried, could have done a lot of damage.
Well, in an interview with us earlier this week, Scardina said that this will be a war, and at the moment it's one that he's got the upper hand in. Certainly if the evidence of the third round is anything to go by in terms of the overall judgment of the contest. And Doberstein again is trying to make his mark again, trying to rally after a tough third round for him. And that overhand right gets through again. Once again, moving to his left, Doberstein walking onto the shot that Darren pointed out.
Yeah, finding the range with that right hand now. He's got to be careful. He's got to mix up. Look, there he goes to the left again. This is better. Needs to move to his right, away from that right hand that Scardina's landed a couple of times now. Needs to get behind the jab. Doberstein needs to catch his breath. He's under real pressure now from Scardina, who's starting to enjoy this.
Scardina more than happy for Doberstein to start firing back, because this is his territory. This is how he wants the fight to unfold. Now he just misses with that right hand that's been so successful, and the gum shield of Doberstein almost falling from his mouth here under the pressure, the relentless pressure from Scardina, who glances just momentarily down at his corner as we reach the halfway stage of round 4.
The just taken an awful lot out of Doberstein to let these hands go. It's like hitting the heavy bag. You just can't put a dent in Scardina. Lands a good left hook there.
Doberstein opens up. Scardina covers up, but did take a left hook, as Daniele said, and then comes that solid jab. That's the difference in power. He's rocked Doberstein with a jab, then an uppercut, but still the German fires back, and Scardina is the one who has to cover up. What a response from Doberstein.
But
We've seen so much cracking action here this evening.
Just wonder, Mike, whether this is Doberstein's last stand. It just seems like he knows he's running out of his tank, and he wants to just go out on his shield, put everything into this and give himself a chance rather than eke this one out and get stopped on his feet.
Gasping for breath is Doberstein, trying to draw breath from somewhere, somehow, and the crowd sensing that Scardina is getting on top at the end of this round, as he did at the end of the previous round. Still, Doberstein, is this the last stand? It's an impressive one if it is, but how much more is there left in the tank with 6 rounds still to go? He walks on to an uppercut, then a right hand. Doberstein is weakening. Is the end coming? And then he fires back once again on the inside. Scardina, though, covers up well. Takes most of them on the elbows and on the gloves.
He's exhausted, Doberstein. He really gave everything. He's shaking his head in the corner. I don't know if he wants any more of this.
And I think he decided it, Darren, about 30 seconds before he started letting his hands go. I've got to try and do something here. And I'd rather throw a Hail Mary and go out on the shield.
The referee is talking to the trainer in the corner here, Sergei Ostrovsky, and it looks as though this might be the end. We're waiting here. There's some confusion at ringside as we're watching these replays of Doberstein's last stand. Was it his last stand? There's a conversation going on in the corner between the referee and the trainer and Jurgen Doberstein himself. And the referee waves his arms. It looks as though Doberstein has been retired by his corner. Scardina is looking confused. He's looking nonplussed here, and he jumps up onto the ropes on the far side of the ring as Doberstein goes over to congratulate him. And so Daniel Scardina, so important as the figurehead of Italian boxing, has produced an inside the distance victory. Only the second man to beat Doberstein inside the distance.
He got the job down, he broke his man down. We see Doberstein in that last round really forcing himself on, trying to put some sort of dent in Scardina to see if he could get reaction, but like I said, it was like hitting the heavy bad. He couldn't get a reaction out of Scardina and just wilted and faded and didn't want no more. Signalling into the corner, look, I've had enough. I can't fancy this anymore. And look, it was a good win for Scardina, but there's an awful lot to improve on. Gets another stoppage. He needs to improve on his hand speed, his shot selection, loading up a little bit, but look, job done and on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, that guttural roar you heard when he was out of shot was from Scardina. This means so much to him. Takes his unbeaten record to 20 fights. He's looking to follow in the footsteps of Italian world champions in this weight division of the past, like Mauro Galvano and Vincenzo Nardiello. And the reaction and the ovation at the end of this formal announcement from David Diamante will give you an indication of just how important this man is to the future of Italian boxing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee calls a halt to this contest at the beginning of round number 5. Your winner by TKO, he's still undefeated, and the new WBO Intercontinental Super Middleweight Champion, Daniele King Toretto Scardina.
So the figures tell the story there. The 20th successful victory in his professional career for Daniele Scardina. 16 of them now inside the distance, and we've been talking all evening about his importance to the revival of boxing in this country. Such a strong tradition from both those who've boxed here in this country and those who've moved on to gain success elsewhere. The likes of Vito Antrofermo and of course Arturo Gatti and others. And Scardina here has that kind of celebrity makeup that draws a different kind of audience to his fights. So important for the development of those that we've seen on the undercard here this evening, the likes of Samuel and Momar and Vincenzo Lafemina, as they make their way through the grades. A mightily impressive performance by Scardina, who's celebrating in a familiar way